Deep house or melodic house is a genre that became kind of a trend in the music production niche, especially the selected style. Followed by Meduza, Avaion, Band, Kream, and more, it's a kind of chill pop combined with melodical elements. But today we'll take a look of why these tracks are insane and why these producers are genius. Deep house is about telling story. As we are humans, the best way to tell a story is to use a vocal.
I'm getting numb when you call my name. It's hitting hard like a punch in my face.
But we can also use vocals in different ways. For example, just vocal phrases.
I'm getting numb. I'm getting numb.
It's a different way to tell a story, but you can also use techniques like vocal chops. So for example, I recorded this part of the vocal and we can import this into the SliceX plugin and it will automatically chop some parts of the vocal. We can see here that it's the full vocal. We can go and delete this and we can press some keys on our piano roll to create a melody with these chops. But first I'm gonna send this to the channel, add altitude to spice it up a little bit more. And some reverb. I like to add these effects to have an idea of how I want the chops so I feel more inspired. Okay, love this. Kind of random, but yeah, I don't know, we can try interesting stuff. Let's see, RC20 maybe. By the way, a cool trick is you can try this, the panning. Maybe, I think Effector is called. Yeah, I'm gonna try another one because yeah, I just tried this effect and it's crazy. I think something Avaion does a lot is to kind of filter a LFO. I think he does this with Shaperbox. I don't own Shaperbox, so cable guys if you want to send it, but I'll do it manually, I guess. And maybe a bigger reverb or this space. So yeah, this will be the result. The story of the song as well as the energy of the track increases over time, and this is what genius producers do. What I found in most deep house tracks is that they don't start the song straight with too many elements. They usually focus on the feeling and the vocal, 2 or 3 elements as general rule.
I want you to breathe me. Let me be your air. I'll keep this your love.
Look how they start with very few elements. Then we can hear more of them as the energy increases, and we finalize with the drop, which is the most exciting part of the track. The story goes together with the music. They are actually the same. Telling a story and giving emotion can be confusing. It's normal to create a simple chord progression with no much feeling into it. Let's for example take a look at these chords. Actually, let me change this chord sound. Yeah, let's go with one of the selected volume 2 pack. can see pretty basic chords, and the key here is to play with inversions to change the energy. But first, I'd like to add some space, basically using a larger range of notes. Here we are using from here to here. Maybe we can use the root notes 1 octave lower, so we have larger range. We can start playing with inversions. What inversions mean is we have a basic chord and we can, for example, turn one note down or another up. This is the same chord, but it sounds different. A cool trick here is to use the third note of the chord. Let's go back here. To keep it simple, this is the first note or the root note, this is the third, and this is the fifth of the chord. A cool trick that I like is to select all the thirds and placing it 1 octave higher, the root note 1 octave lower. And we have a completely different feeling. I think this is more emotional, but I'm gonna tweak a little bit more to keep it more unique. Actually, this one, I'll keep it down, and we can maybe add some notes. Okay, so I don't know if this has something to do with track's emotion, but at least with this guy's emotion, oh, it's funny. It's funny you can even see it. So I got a new producer, bro. Say hi. So yeah, subscribe for this guy, or at least leave a like. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny because I don't even know how to make you subscribe, bro. Okay, but this is what would make you sound like selected artists. Now that you have the chords with an emotion, you need a melody for the main hook. So you will design a cool sound, or you can find a preset. I'm gonna go to selector volume 2, and yeah, let's take a look up to the presets. Yeah, I love this one. Because yeah, I was playing around and you can see how easily I made those cool melodies. Because here, there's a trick that these producers do. If you remember, these are the original chords. So we have the root note, the third, and the fifth. The key here is to play with the root note and with the third, but in different octaves. And this is what a lot of producers do in this genre. It's simple, it's music theory. It's basically playing with the third interval. This is the minor or major third. This interval gives this emotional kind of feeling, but this is important to understand because you can find your own sound. You can try maybe with the fifth, with the seventh, with the ninth. I don't know. For example, let's try with the fifth. A completely different vibe than this. And I'm playing the same chords all the time. By the way, if you want to get amazing sounds for this type of genres, we just released Selector Volume 2. It's the second version of Selector, and this is a preset pack with 200 presets and 4 free bonuses. You can find more info in the link in the description. But these tricks are nothing without this one, because apart from an emotion, you'll need rhythm. Otherwise, it'd be boring. In this kind of tracks, you have two main elements, the kick and the clap snare. Then we can add the hats. In EDM, there's no much variation between this, but in this style, you can play with interesting sound. Remember that we have very few elements, so we must do it interesting. For example, here we have this project with a simple house beat. Yeah, you can hear that this clap is like kind of percussive clap. So let's try different claps and see how the feeling changes. And the same thing applies to the hat, of course. To add more rhythm, be sure to experiment with loops and percussion loops. For example, I added this one. but sometimes it's cool to add more like a kind of rhythmic pattern. Like this one on the background could be really good. But what is even better, at least in my opinion, is to create your own drum loop. For example, here I took a lot of percussion sounds from Selector Volume 2, created a different rhythm with some post-processing. This is how it sounds. All together. And without effects. If you want to know, I just added a RC20 with a lot of distortion and some beat crashing and some minor tweaks like some EQ and reverb. But now let's hear the track with and without this loop. But I know it can be tricky to make a full track out of this. Once you have the melody, how do you add a bass that goes with it? Or how do you make a vocal that fits with the track? In this video, I'm showing how to make a selected deep house or melodic house track from scratch, showing all the steps. So click here to watch how I made this track, and yeah, you can judge for yourself. Subscribe, bro. See you there.